Dr. Pepper over there.
What?
I said, I wish there was a Dr. Pepper over
Let me check.
there. Dr. Pepper over there. Cool, we know that's working.
No, no Dr. Pepper, sorry.
And now, hold on, let's get into OBS. Basically now live streaming. Live streaming while we work on the back end stuff, which is always fun. Um, okay. So, if you're with me, we are doing some back end tech work to make sure that everything's working the way that it's supposed to be working, which is always fun. Not always great, but it's usually pretty entertaining. And so while we work out the kinks, which I've got an amazing training for you guys tomorrow. Um, if you are able, I shall have a really, really neat thing happening very, very soon. So stick with me for a couple minutes and we are gonna see if we can. Oh no, apparently that was not the answer. Hey, what are you doing, sister? Like I'm technically streaming right now, streaming on the back end side to try to make things work and basically doing it in real time to see if we can make this work for tomorrow. If that's what's really going to happen here. I gotta find OBS again. Awesome sauce. This is so fun. It's like my favorite, not favorite thing to do. Um, I've totally forgotten how to do it. Add source, a browser window. Okay. So we've got to start by doing that tomorrow. Ew, gross. Um, I don't love that. Just kidding. Let's remove that. You guys can't see anything I'm doing, which is actually for the better right now. Trust me on that. Um, Debbie, what are you doing, sister? Aha. Okay, so now we are looking at, no, that's not it. We are looking at a serious need to downsize slides or windows tabs that are open because right now there are a million of them. Um, Not it either. Better. Awesome. So we will do that. And we're gonna, is that really what that says? Interesting. This is not the right window, clearly, but that one is. Okay. So there's that. And you can see certain things. So now, like we're really working to, oh, I forgot. I gotta be really careful doing that. I am learning on the fly, my friends, as I have a fly on me, which is kind of ironic. Um, yeah, we're learning and we're doing, and that's okay. I'm so upset at the moment because I really had this where I wanted it yesterday and it worked. And now we come over here and we're having an issue where it's not working. It's not working the way that it's supposed to be working. And so, okay, we are actually though in the right thing. So that's good, right? That's that's a sort of what we want. Awesome. And I think maybe it's important for anybody who's watching the live stream to understand that like I'm sitting here in my living room, troubleshooting live, real time. Um, troubleshooting real time because this is important. And I want to make sure that we're showing up in the best way that we can show up. And so It's still not showing me, so maybe we switch. Yes, okay, cool. So now, as we're troubleshooting live and we're getting ready to get on YouTube and see how that all looks. Gabby, we're almost ready, sis. That I'm live, testing backend optics. So now, as we're troubleshooting live and we're getting ready to get on YouTube and see how that all looks. We turn off the sound because we clearly don't need that part right now. Here we go, moment of truth. When I say moment of truth, guys, I'm not even kidding. This is like 3 days of stuff. So here we go. Ooh, oh, so can you see it? Can you hear it? And if we come in here and we're doing this presentation, can I still do it? And if I'm switching screens, is it showing? If you come in here, presentation, can I still do it? If I'm switching screens, bingo. Nice. So now I can actually see my notes, which is fabulous. And I guess the next question becomes, so see my notes. Fabulous. We're gonna go a step further here. And hey, Chris, can you do me a favor? Chris, can you do me a favor? Uh-oh. No, no, no. Why did you do that? I mean, good to know, I guess. But I lost the feed. Dang. So at that point, I guess we could well, say, oh my gosh, we had a little issue. We're going to transfer them back to that. It's okay. I lost the feed. At that point, I guess we could well, say, oh my gosh, we had a little issue. We're going to transfer them back to that. Okay. Let's say I open it back up. I go back into it. Which one is this? Okay. Did I like accidentally kick myself out of the feed? What happened exactly? And how do I fix this? Which is kind of neat because okay. Because well, huge though. Like which I don't I don't love that bit. And I guess that begs the question, if we do that, like, is everything else gonna be funky if I transition back to this? And then can I transfer back into this? Interestingly enough, so let's get out of this and go back into I have this feeling it's not gonna be perfect. And I think maybe I'm okay with it not being perfect. You know? Um, feeling it's not gonna be perfect. And I think maybe I'm okay with it not being. And oh my gosh, now it's not like even letting me present with notes, man. Gabby, are you okay?
I'm getting in the shower now.
Okay.
We're
about-
getting in the bath?
Yeah, but I'm actually I'm live streaming at the moment, trying to work out a few bugs to try to make this as not crappy as possible tomorrow. Because it's important to me that it's good. And so we're spending time over here just like having a go at it. Actually doing it on the next stream, like trying to work out a few bugs. Try to make this as not crappy as possible. Because it's important to me that it's good. And so we're spending time over here just like having a go at it. And that's actually not letting me do what I need to do. Why is it not letting me do that? Let's come over here to and then scale to the window. This needs to be significantly easier than it is. This needs to be significantly easier than it. Yes, darling. Okay, I think that's actually pretty solid. Which is good until it's not good. Because as I work, funny. So as long as I do that, we're fine. It is the minute. Oh, it's not good. Because if I work, funny. So then we can work through this. We can see the notes, blah, blah, blah. So this is the lab, we're working, blah, 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 we're working, we're working, we're working. Let's go to the monthly timer. Let me set your timer right now. Come over here. I don't want to mess with it too much. Because we're gonna go to we're gonna start with our which took far too long to do, but that's because I'm juggling too much at the moment. And it will very much help to close some of these windows. I may have to throw a whole. We go back to our presentation. We've lost the presentation again. Okay. Presentation's a touch on the fickle side. I don't love that. But this is actually maybe not the worst thing that could happen. Well, let's say we get back in here and wiggle back to where we were. And we'll come back over here and we will source it again. No, is it not gonna let me source it? I feel that deeply, sis. Okay, cool. But it brought it back so we could transition back into that. I think it'll be fine. I think the worst part is gonna be we're gonna work through this, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I feel that deeply, sis. We're gonna come over here. Okay, we've got our 6 minutes. So we can transition back into that. I think it'll be fun. I think the worst part is gonna be. And we got our timer, we blah, 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 do your work. Okay, then we transition back to that. And then we continue on where we've got our shifts. This time you've got 10 whole minutes. Oops, come back here. Oh, I actually haven't done that. So we've got our library now that we're building. And we transition into the library. The timer works fine. Our library now. And then I guess after we get to the end of this, we've built it all. We blah, 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 blah. Awesome. We've got our takeaways. Kind of would love to leave that up.
Look at the map so far. Do you think that's a long way so far?
It is. It looks awesome though.
Really want to go
So
with it. The map.
maybe at that point, this is the last question here. At that point, we transition. We've got to the end. I'm curious how we then turn around and say, cool. We're going to turn off the presentation. We're going to go back to me and we'll finish it.
This doesn't. I don't know why I make really long map.
So that's exciting. And it will probably be clunky, but it'll be the first time and it's still massive steps forward. So cool. For all of that to say, we're ending the live stream. And if you were with